Popu 1 for 25. Back top, opening the bowling. Shodin 1 for 5 and 2. Very good. Bopara just the 1 over. Aludin just the 1. Ghazi. So still 12 overs to go. How much pressure can be asserted on that bowling lineup and the options by the Victorians, or how much better can that bowling lineup be today in defending this 170? Mukhtar Ali, 76 wickets, 90 matches. A man that likes to have a number of change-ups, variations in his bowling. It has been a little bit of life sapped out, and it's almost as if each team is waiting for the next one to make a play, taking a bit of a lull. Got to try and perhaps liven it up a little bit. One side maybe just got to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and make something happen.
Just look at the last 30 balls, 31 runs without losing a wicket. The Miller Victorians still need 116 of 70 deliveries, less than 10 runs an over, or maybe just waiting after at the halfway stage. Probably they'll try to think a little bit differently after that. 22 a partnership now, 34 deliveries.
And generally in this situation, the fielding side is the happier because they're not being forced into pulling out massive dives or trying to protect boundaries or protect one side of the field. They're just going about their work. They're just putting a ball in an area. Singles coming. The boundaries aren't quite flowing for the batting side. And so the batting side needs to make a play. Talking about making a play, he's tried here, Moeen Ali. Oh, a little bit of confusion, both diving, but they prevent the boundary.
Now you've got to put that away for the boundary. There was an opportunity for someone like Moeen Ali. Look how short that is. I just didn't get up to the likings of Moeen Ali getting the bottom part of the bat. That thumbs up from Mukhtar Ali.
Oh yes, that's electric. It's quite a poor delivery. It goes for 8 this over. It's 61 for 2 after 9. This comes out the middle of the bat. He's thrown everything at that. It's time to have the dental germ freeze to
শুরুটাই যদি ভুলভাবে হয় তাহলে কি আর শুরু হবে কোনো লং লাস্টিং স্টোরি? কুল বডি স্প্রে, 4টি লং লাস্টিং ফ্রেগ্রেন্স। ভুল করো না, কুল করো।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Dettol germ-free strategic timeout is over. Let's play safe with Dettol. Right, 11 overs to go. They need 109 runs, and we're talking about perhaps an injection or making a play of the batting side, and this was a wonderful shot, Atta.
Yeah, he's a class act. Moeen Ali. Just a poor delivery, but you still have to dispatch it, and he dispatched it in beautifully. Beautiful style. Right. 61 for 2 in 9. 109 of 66. That's what they need. Musaddiq Hussain, it looks like he's going to be in the attack. Yeah, even with that boundary of the last ball of that we saw, 35 in the last 30. Now losing a wicket, you can understand that if you do lose wickets, then you shut shop. You really don't want to play aggressive. But still, a lot of runs to be scored. This partnership has to go bigger, and they need to score quicker to get close to the target.
Look, the panic buttons don't need to be pressed yet. Still below 10 runs and over required. But at the halfway stage, this particular run chase with the sort of, you think 10 overs to go, there definitely needs to be a slight up in the ante. Because once you do take a bit too much time out of the game, it's really going to affect your run chase at the back end, when risk versus reward could be very, very high. Again, they'll play cautiously.
Well, they feel that this is the right way to go about at this stage of the game. And if they go on to win the match, it's fine. But if they don't, then they look back and reflect, what did we do wrong? That's the reason why we feel that it's just been on a slowish...
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Boundary in the last is a boundary now, so the bad balls will come in, but it's about how you put them away.
But this time it's Mohammedul Hasan Joy. It's all about picking up the gap. Effective. Goes to the boundary. They're playing a decent role with the bat. Now with the partnership is 45 of 43.
Yeah, the 2 is not on. And over goes for 7 at the halfway stage of this chase. 10 gone, 68 for 2.
New Clear Men, a triple anti-dandruff technology. খুশকি দূর করে, লুকানোর দিন শেষ।
ফুড পান্ডার পছন্দের খাবার ডেলিভারি 30 মিনিটে। Oh, what a delivery! ফুড পান্ডা।
টয়লেট শেষে লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
More required by the Comilla Victorians. This time the target needs to be achieved in 60 deliveries. They've gone slightly slow, but these people did not get time to get slow at all in the last week or so. The gentleman in the center, in the pink sweater, the lead member of this team, Mr. Sanjeev Agarwal, the curator. They've been up and about. A lot of cricket has not been played here. And when cricket returned for the Bangabandhu Bangladesh Premier League, these men take notice. It's just these men maintaining two grounds, the playing field, the pitches and the practice facilities. They've been spot on and they've been very efficient. Thank you, gentlemen, for all your effort. That'll be a boundary. Shamnai Ghosh joins me in the come box.
Full advantage taken by Moeen Ali. It's proving to be costly for Sylhet Sunrisers. Missed opportunity to dismiss him at 0. And yes, he's making them pay. The thank you from him to the ground staff as well. Men behind the screen, behind the camera, working day and night, tirelessly. We speak of dew, speak of how beautiful the stadium is. And it's them, and it's him. One bounce again, just that bit wider from the previous one.
Now you feel that the second one was not needed from Shahab Ghazi. Going round the wicket, pitching the ball way outside off stump. It was always an invitation to the left-hander to go over the short cover fielder. No great risk in that. Yesterday, but 2 days ago when Comilla Victorians were batting, Moeen Ali did get out at the short cover region. He did lose his wicket playing a similar kind of a stroke, but that time the ball was a lot closer to Moeen Ali. He was trying to get underneath that bounce and get it over the short cover fielder. The previous one that went to the boundary, this is the first one. The second one was pitched even further. This one again will get to the boundary in some fashion. It's a maximum expensive over for Shahab Ghazi.
Short this time and goes on the onside, Moeen Ali. Yes, had ample time to have a look at it and finds the gap. Did not matter, went all the way. Required, well, this over has already gone for 15. Required 102 from the last 10. And the most in the last 10 overs they've scored chasing is 72. of this one, 83 for 2.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
টয়লেট রাখে ফ্রেশ 100 ফ্ল্যাশ পর্যন্ত, তাই ব্যবহার করুন ডমেক্স ফ্রেশ গার্ড।
Ravi Bopara with just the lone over was expensive. Shahab Ghazi in the last over has given away 15 runs, and as a result of that he looks an expensive bowler, leaking runs. Up till that time it was pretty economical. The last over leaking, conceding 15 runs.
Partnership now 61 of 50. Odla Sanjoy 31 of 27. And Moeen Ali is back-to-back boundaries over wide long off cover. One bounce for 4s. Cuts it to the fielder. But need quick wickets here, Sylhet Sunrisers.
I'll just say they need a wicket between Moeen Ali, Mohammedullah Sanjoy, anyone. If they're able to get that, they'll be happy. Kind of domination that was shown by the Sylhet batters at the top. They had a partnership of 101 for the openers. From there on to what the Comilla Victorians are at the moment, you would say that they are way behind because they are 83 for 2. And then you look at the bowlers around for Select Sunrisers and who are the likely candidates of picking up a wicket or disturbing this partnership. You would feel, apart from Shaheen, it has to be this player, Alauddin Babu. But Shahab Ghazi was expensive, so he can't go back to the spinner.
Topu's got just an over left. And for 25 runs, picked up a wicket. Topu almost took Moeen Ali as well. Mentioned Shaheen, the most economical, just got for 5 runs off his 2. So yes, Alauddin Babu reintroduced into the attack from the Walton end. Just a matter of a wicket can change everything around the complexion of the game.
There has to be a change. There has to be a change in this tempo. And the tempo has to change of it, that is, has to come in from the batting side. Yes, the Select Sunrisers can think back, wait patiently for another couple of overs before they decide to change gears. Or maybe look at one big over. Moeen Ali, a little exercise is on the way. Maybe they're looking for a change of bat. So Comilla Victorians will have to change that gear, and you feel that it's that time in the game, 85 or 50, that something's got to give. As a fielding side, you just need to be well aware as bowl the ball in the right areas, make sure that you don't miss an opportunity that comes your way.
The last one went for 15. Before that, Select Sunrisers were quite content as Moeen Ali and Mohammad Hassan Joy went about their partnership, rotating the strike, odd boundary or 2, change of bat for Mohammad Hassan Joy. Perhaps a sign that he probably will be looking to go after the ball.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Bat is absolutely similar to what Moeen Ali has. For Mohammad Hassan Joy, the sticker, the bat grip. I thought when they crossed over, I saw that similarity. The bat grip is different. He's got a white grip. Mohammadul's got a yellow one. Two for that. $87 for 2.
New Clear Men, a triple anti-dandruff technology, খুশকি দূর করে, লুকানোর দিন শেষ।
ফুড পান্ডার পছন্দের খাবার ডেলিভারি 30 মিনিটে। Oh, what a delivery! ফুড পান্ডা।
টয়লেট শেষে লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
.170 is the target for Comilla Victorians to get onto the points table with 11 in front of their name. They'll still be following the Fortune Barishal as they are at present. Is this your first trip to Select, Shomonoy?
For commentary, yes. I've been here before. Hope you've had a good time.
I asked the question.
Answered that, didn't I?
I rephrase that, Shamunay. Is this your very first time for cricket commentary in Select or any other sport? Since I know that you're a multi-talented sports commentator, and a backward punch through the cover region gets a boundary for Comilla Victorians.
4 runs from Mahmudullah Sanjoy, along with a yes to the question. Yes, first time for commentary here in Select. 78 required of 46 now. Required run rate 10.17. Change of bats, change of mode, but well spotted.
There's a big shot coming any moment now. He's trying to keep the ball away from Mahmudul Joy, Mukhtar Ali that is. He's a good bowler, he's an intelligent bowler. Thrives on the change of pace that he's got up his sleeve in a wicket-to-wicket bowler. Will be essential what he gets across to Moeen Ali. That's all right, he won't be complaining with a single down the ground.
.37 of the over. Onside. Covering the boundary for Moeen Ali, except for the short fine. Pretty much the same for Mahmudullah Sanjoy as well. Square leg, deep mid wicket, long on.
Top class stroke. He is a talented player, Mahmudullah Sanjoy, and he's relishing this chance of batting alongside Moeen Ali. 100 comes up for the Victorians.
Brings up the 100 in style. Mahmudullah Sanjoy inside out, down on one knee, and got enough elevation. There's a change of pace and had enough time to execute it.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
ও সুরক্ষায় ব্যবহার করুন স্মার্ট ও সাশ্রয়ী রং বার্জার রেডিয়েন্স।
বার্জার রেডিয়েন্স, বাইরে চকচকে,
ভেতরে ঝকঝকে।
বডির জন্য জিম আর ফেসের জন্য গ্লো এন্ড হ্যান্ডসাম।
পিওরিট, বাংলাদেশ সরকারের প্রতিষ্ঠান দ্বারা যাচাইকৃত একমাত্র ওয়াটার পিউরিফায়ার।
Wicket for Shadeen early on, the very first ball of his spell. Wicket for the left-arm spinner Oppo as well. There was a chance created on the very next ball after getting the better of Faf du Plessis by Oppo. It was fumbled behind the stumps. It's Ravi Bopara who comes back in the attack. You know what you'll get from Ravi Bopara, don't you? The change of pace and different lengths.
Outside the off stump, he has taken the pace off. Going to make it easy for Mahmudullah Sanjoy. Not the biggest of players. Relies on timing the ball.
So while your trip to Sylhet has been there earlier, have you had a chance of going around the tea gardens? Or how many of them are there, since you've already been here?
Surely been to some. aware of the total number though. It's definitely worth trying, and if you're in this part of the world, it's a miss if you don't try the tea. You tried the multicolored tea, have you?
I only know there's one color, black. Yeah, the second one I know is green. Come on, what's the hospitality all about if you don't treat your guests with different types of tea that are available in your country?
Now I must make sure that you do get it next time around. Black tea, green tea, yes. And then you've got one which has got 7 colors in it. Special of this part.
You don't drink a rainbow, do you?
Well, I think you better try it and then we'll have the chat.
I will, the next time I'm here. It's been always fascinating trip down here to Sylhet. This is the last league game in the Bangabandhu BPL this season, 2022. We already showed the men who've made this outfield look so very lush green, and the wickets conducive for back-to-back matches. 3 days on the trot. These pitches have been exceedingly good for stroke play, and the nature of the surface has remained largely similar. In the afternoon game it was watchful cricket, in the evening it's slam bang one, if of course you have the wickets in hand, and we've seen that from Alauddin Bapu the last 2 days. Gone dismissed. There was a change coming around the bend. You felt that as the game was progressing, and Ravi Bopara has had the break for his team.
Much needed break.
থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Captain Imrul Kais batting at a different position as opposed to the last 2 outings for him.
He's here because of this. He had to reach out for it. Fishing outside, only to give the catch out to short third man. 82-run stand between Mahmudullah Sanjoy and Moin Ali. The best third wicket stand by all teams in the 8th edition of BPL. Sylhet Sunrisers at the bottom of the table can ruin the party for some. They win this, and the match later on they have.
All safe as the umpire is unmoved. 104 for 3.
New Clear Men এর ট্রিপল অ্যান্টি ড্যান্ড্রাফ টেকনোলজি খুশকি দূর করে লুকানোর দিন শেষ।
ফুড পান্ডায় পছন্দের খাবার ডেলিভারি 30 মিনিটে। Oh, what a delivery! Foot panda.
টয়লেট শেষে লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
Ocean Borishal has a Q in front of their name because they've qualified for the playoffs. Pamela Victorians in all likelihood will also find their name with a Q maybe after the next game. It'll be a race to finish for especially the 4th position. Yes, they're all neck to neck Chattogram challengers, Premier Bank Khulna Tigers, Minister Dhaka, they're all around. A difference of figure for the Dhaka team at 9 and the others at 8 is just because of that one match being abandoned due to rain. So they are ahead of the others. Shadeen returns. Good start, good start.
Required run rate just soars up to 11.14. 65 required of 35. Appeal for that. Mr. Sai, not out given by the umpire. Not take the ADRS, Bopara.
The impact was high and also going down leg side. Bopara knew that. It's again that time in the game where as a batter who walks in will take a bit of time, so you need that long handle to be deployed to getting that required run rate down, because at every dot ball or a single that Sunrisers concede, it's just going to push the required run rate over 11, over 12 and so on.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Taken 47 of the last 5. This stage, Khulna needs 64. Good bowling. Like the off stump, the third man's also in the deep.
There are a couple of good players for the Sylhet Sunrisers. Got to see them in Sylhet. Babu had already played a game earlier on, but Shadeen made his debut here. Heard Captain Ravi Bopara mention a couple of nights ago that there's an exciting prospect in the ranks, and it was Shadeen who impressed with his space and continues to do so. He batted well too yesterday.
Again, outside the off stump, just back of a length. The quiet run rate goes up to 12 now. Definitely not making it easy for the batsman. Feeling the heat is Mahmood Sanjoy.
It's and the ball's pitched up, and it's space behind that. It will be dispatched. There isn't protection, and Mahmood Sanjoy knows that very well. After getting 3 dot balls in this over, he's dispatched this to the boundary to get his half century.
Yeah. Trump shot in on this occasion with an ace. Down on one knee. And what a shot. So pleasing on the eye. What a response. And what a way to bring up his 50.
There have been nearly 3 or 4 boundaries in the last couple of overs hit in that direction, and Ravi Bopara is standing on short cover. He's got the mid off too. And it's just a free hit for a bowler who's trying to pitch the ball up. Missed out this time. 1-1-0 for 3.
এক্সপেল 475 মিলি কিনলেই সাথে শক্তি 500 মিলি টয়লেট ক্লিনার একদম ফ্রি। বাঁচলো পুরো 110 টাকা।
বডির জন্য জিম আর ফেসের জন্য গ্লো এন্ড হ্যান্ডসাম।
পিওরিট বাংলাদেশ সরকারের প্রতিষ্ঠান দ্বারা যাচাইকৃত একমাত্র ওয়াটার পিউরিফায়ার।
Required of 30 for the Camilla Victorians. Could this be one of those wins that has eluded Select Sunrisers? And he's hit that a long way. Emriel Kaish. He is really picked up on this very quickly, and it's just that impetus that they need to start the over with.
Absolutely. I think they've been lounging around for a while, and with Imran Khash coming in later in the order, he's made his intentions pretty clear. That's a big 6. Need to get a move on. They've made heavy weather of this chase. At one point in time, they're looking to be in control, but meandering along in the middle period, but now deciding that it's time to get a move on.
It's not totally a foregone conclusion. Those are relatively good numbers. 54 of 29. Now he goes over cover. Can the man at super come round? Yes, he does. Aludin. And they pick up a brace. 8 off the over, the captain now.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Struggle, but with the fall of a wicket brings in the skipper. He's decided that he's not going to let the bowlers dominate. He's going to take charge, and has shown his intentions early on.
Trying to steal a single, throw comes in, made his ground. And he hasn't been afraid, Imran Kaish, to drop down the order. He's not afraid to then go up the order, so he's done a lot of what the team has required of him.
But noticeable even when he speaks post-match or in the toss about the ploys, the different approaches during the different games. He's got a think tank behind him who make those differences in the batting order, and the best part is feeling comfortable in different numbers as you come into bat, as you mentioned. Even coming lower down is just got into the rhythm of things very comfortably.
Over the infield, and it'll race away. Save your legs. This young man has been a revelation for the Camilla Victorians, and he continues the good work.
He has indeed. He's played the sheet anchor role, and once in a while he will go after the bowling. He's got a strike rate of 125 now, 55 of 44 balls. Only his first Bangladesh BPL, new to this tournament, but he's showing his worth.
He's got 55. This is his length, and was able to evade the two fielders on the offside up in the circle. even in this run chase, he's had the opportunity to be surrounded by very good experience, and he's just held his own. This over now has gone for 14. Exactly what the Victorians have needed.
I think with Imrul Kais coming in, it's just given the urgency that's required. He's shown it. He's told his partner, you have the license now to go after the bowling. We need to go at around 11 per over from now on. So can't afford to just sit back. Give some dot balls to the bowlers. That'll keep the scoreboard rotating constantly.
Oh, he's got this as well. This is a massive over that ends with a massive 6. Imrul Kais comes in, is already on 16.07. This over goes for 20. This is down on one knee. Picked the bones out of that. The 16th over comes to an end in a flourish. 130 for 3. And it's time for
New Clear Men, a triple anti-dandruff technology. খুশকি দূর করে, লুকানোর দিন শেষ।
ফুড পান্ডার পছন্দের খাবার ডেলিভারি 30 মিনিটে। Oh, what a delivery! ফুড পান্ডা।
টয়লেট শেষে লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Dettel germ-free strategic timeout is over. Let's play safe with Dettel. 40 required of 24 by the Camilla Victorians. And wow, when they needed to just put the foot down at the right time, their captain coming to the crease, he's done it. It was pace on by Ravi Bopara. Imrul Kais down on one knee. He knew straight away.
Oh, he did. He'd really tonked it out of the ground with the intentions he's come in with. He's not going to lounge back. He's looking to hit virtually every ball out of the ground. And it's not that, it's not proper cricketing shots. It's been genuine shots. And this guy has been imbued with that confidence that's coming from the other end. And he's joined in the act, going at a faster rate than he did previously. But as you mentioned earlier, it's been a revelation. This augurs well for the future of Bangladesh cricket, this young man.
Need a wicket, so they bring back Opu. He's got one under his belt. simple game plan for him. He just to undercut the ball, try to overturn or try to get turn or flight it up. He tries to undercut it from wide of the crease and get it to skid onto the stumps.
Problem is every time the ball is going across the turf, it's gathering moisture. It's becoming more difficult to grip for the bowler. Always giving that ball a vigorous rub with the little towel he has. And Imrul Kais has to be a little wary, particularly bowling of Opoo. He's foxed a few people earlier.
Well, you'd expect the left-arm spinner to be bowling into the arc of someone like Imrul Kais. Bowled him! At the stumps, tries to give himself some room. They needed a wicket. Captain turns to his talisman and he gets one.
Oh, he's getting the results. I did say that he has got to be a little careful because with the mindset he had, was backing away. This time makes it into a Yorker and it's timber. This is an absolutely wonderful comeback by Najmul Islam Opoo. Gets that crucial wicket and gets them back in the match. Imrul Kais shake of the head as he goes away for a quick fast 16, 131 for 4.
You'd have seen him for a number of occasions, Zul Narain, with that strike rate of 142 in BPLs. Open the batting, but up the order. He's coming in at number 6 today. And so he's ice cold.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Captain making the change and it pays off.
What is that celebration, Shaman?
I'm not quite sure. It's something to do with some movie.
Looking to go straight away as he held on. Oh, I think he's put it down.
Lucky, he's hurt. Made the effort. Was hit hard. It was going straight at him. Could not latch on.
Got straight into it, did Opoo. Ryan has tried to hit this down the ground. I think it's Mukhtar Ali. There, hits the hard part of the hands. He puts it down. He grasses it. It almost pops out. I think just above the wrist. And it's a drop catch. It's a crucial one as well. It was Narayan trying to go for ball 1. He's going downtown. And oh, maybe he was trying to time his jump there, Colin Ingram, but the jump wasn't enough.
Just evading Ingram there, and it hung. And he must have had his heart in his mouth. Look at this strike. It just kept on going, and you'd feel that England had an opportunity. It was right on the edge, or just over.
Yeah, he just gets enough of it. No, he doesn't just get enough of it. He gets a good amount. Because that's gone over by at least 5 to 10 yards. Young man counter punches with the wicket of Kais. Hit a 6. Now rotates the strike and try and rescue the over.
Look at this. Just the full flow of the bat. A lovely follow through. He's watching it, wondering if it's going to fall short. And eventually a relief. Yeah, it's gone over for the maximum.
Just picked the right option there, just to keep them in the game, even though the wicket has fallen. He's been able to just counter punch with that 6. He's been joined by Narain. This over's gone for 9. In the block hole. Fielder has to get the boot down, but An indifferent throw doesn't stop the second. So 11 off the over. Important wicket of Case up to 17. 141 for 4. So 29 separate these two teams of 18 deliveries. Amadul Joy holding it together on 64. 3 overs to go. Young man leading from the front. It'll be Aladdin. He's been slightly expensive on occasions, but today his 2 overs have cost him just the 11 runs. So being brought back from the Walton end. Looking for 2. Excellent fielding. The man settled from the boundary very quickly.
He is off to it in a flash, and a quick release of the ball doesn't allow the batsman to go through for 2 runs. Silver Sunrisers have been involved in 2 very, very close crashes, and even this one, it seems to be going to the wire. They've not gone over the line in the last 2, getting close on 2 occasions. Can they hold the charge of the Comilla Victorians back and earn themselves a win? They're playing for their pride, they're playing at home, and they'll be hoping that they can finish with a couple of points.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
You have the experience of Narain, the temperament of Narain, to be more specific. He's so cool and calm and collected at the crease. And then the exuberance of youth. Araful, he can also swing the bat, and so could Nahidul. Goes over the offside. There we go. The right option from a very cool, calm head.
Yeah, he knew exactly when he saw the trajectory of the ball. He's immediately into his shot. Throwing his bat, maybe you'd say he's throwing his bat at it, but he did that with the open face and the full flow. There you see, and that makes sure that it takes it over the infield, over the fielders within the 30-yard circle. Safe enough shot, and produces 4 runs at the right time.
Yeah, got it wrong. Presented the width for Narain. How they structured their run chase. They bring this man at this particular point because he can play big shots. And puts pressure on the bowling and then induces the wide. So they'll have to bowl that again. It elongates the over, makes it an over where you can sort of recover with balls in hand.
Got to re-bowl that, but there again, they feel that just trying to bowl it tad wider, loses his grip on that wet ball, in the process bowls the wide, but the pressure on the bowler, no question about that. As you mentioned, a couple of good overs earlier, but they've really taken to him now.
Yeah, just in the slot there, he just knew, he just lost his shape for a moment there, Narain. The favoured area for him, long on, wide long on, but this young man, what an innings. But it'll be more of the reward when he gets over the line, when he gets his team over the line. Right now, there's a bigger picture, there's a greater deal of development happening in that dugout and that young man in the middle. They watch on, they need 22. Select, they need to see out the next 2.2 overs and try and defend this total they've put up. is it? Yes, it is. Aludin is having a better day with the ball, and he gets a massive wicket. The set man, the young man, the man that could have carried them across the line.
Very, very subtle change. That was cleverly done by Alauddin Babu. Look at this, and he went a little wider. He was trying to hoik it out of the ground, taking his left leg away. Got a feather touch to it, and Amal Haq Vijay does the rest. Well, they needed a wicket to get back, and it's an important wicket of this young man. He's done his job, but he could have done better to take them over the line. 65 he's got, 148 for 5.
He can hit a long ball. The strike rate doesn't exactly illuminate that. And bowls him! He tried to hit a long ball, the very first one. Aludin. I mentioned he was having off days with the ball, but today he's having a good one.
Brilliant one. Look at this. He's playing away from his body, standing his ground. It drags the ball in from pretty wide. Gets the toe in. And ricochets onto the wicket, and elation, jubilation, and they're back in the hunt. Oh, this is exceptional performance by Alauddin Babu. He's on a hat-trick, but he's gone without bothering the scorers. 148 for 6.
New Clear Men, a triple anti-dandruff technology. খুশকি দূর করে
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
Back-to-back wickets. It's been a flurry. It's been quite frenetic, in fact, for the Sylhet Sunrisers and Aludin. He has just picked back what looked like it was becoming quite an assertive chase by Comilla, ready to start taking down this total, and he's really applied the brakes. He'll be on a hat-trick off his first delivery of his next over. But Narain, he's still there. 22 off 12. That'll be a wide. They're trying to get away from his slot.
Got to reball that. Have a look at the 2 wickets. This is Mahmood Hassan taking his left leg away, trying to hit it over mid-wicket, trying the slot sweep, getting a faint touch. Behind, and this is dragged from wide outside, standing his ground, and the ball ricocheting onto the wickets. 2 and 2. The last 2 balls. He'll be looking forward to the first ball of his next over.
Yes, it's a good option. So even though he goes for the wide, mentally he's trying to do the right thing. Still early into his T20 career. But the plan that the captain is telling him is to go for a really wide Yorker. Do not bowl anything at the stumps because of how powerful and dangerous Narain is when you err in that slot area. So get him to reach for the ball. Just have another look at this. That's what they want. They want him to reach and be out of control. So the wide will be collateral damage, but it will be a damage in the sense that he's trying to do the right thing. Going to be wide again.
Yeah, if you try that once too often, if you don't have that control, particularly with a slippery ball, this is going to be repeated. 2 wides in the over, 2 extra runs, 2 extra deliveries for the batters.
And the 150 comes up. Yeah, it is wide. However, he's got to be a bit more composed. And this is where the skill factor of T20 cricket comes in. How you can maneuver the ball or get the ball just to get inside that tram line, so it doesn't become an extra. He's in the slots, he's in the slots, it's in the deep, and it'll be 1 bounce 4.
Yeah, just overcompensating on that occasion in terms of length and line. 3 wideish deliveries bowled, and then he tries to get back into line. What he does is drop it short and makes it simple for Narayan to swivel around, get quite a bit of bat on that one, and put it away to the boundary.
Okay, that boundary was really needed and perfectly on time for Narayan. Just there, anything within the stumps or just a foot outside of off stump, he trusts himself so well, and he's so underrated as a ball striker, is Sunil Narayan. He is very good. Just look at his demeanor. Now he'll just survey the field. He's just looking at what sort of plan and what sort of discussion is had. The 3 men up, one at short fine leg, square leg behind, and then you have the man at third. So everyone's in front of the wicket. Taking a bit of an edge on that. We'll pick up the single.
Oh, this game has it all now. It was meandering along just 5 or 6 overs back. And after Imrul Kais came in, he got after the bowling, started that momentum, and then the 2 quick wickets. It's been ebbing and flowing, and it's been interesting, and it's made everyone stand on their toes and appreciate the game going on there. The tussle is going to the wire.
He must have strong toes to be on them for 18 and a half overs. Just another look at this. The 2 sounds that came through. Yes, massive edge. That's why no one really appealed and no one really went upstairs.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
Ronnie. Short delivery, they'll scamper through for a single.
Yeah, he went for that shot. He tried to pull it, not even possibly hook it, but this has been a good comeback after the 3 wideish deliveries. He's come back with shorter ones. He's not allowed the batsman to dominate. He did go for a boundary from Sunil Narayan, but with the new batter in, he'll have more difficulty in timing the balls, particularly if he's trying to hit the ball too hard.
Hey, the captain in close conversation. He was drying the ball. He walks away now from Shodin, who still has 2 deliveries to go. 14 off 8. Narayan is probably thinking boundary and a single here. Try and harbour the strike off the final over. We'll have to bowl that again. Now that one there the captain will be happy with, because he's actually tried to overcompensate and pulls it down the leg side.
It's been a little erratic this over, but if you're outside the line of off, 2 wides outside off, 1 down the leg side, you're right, the captain won't be too happy. Just had a few words with him, want to be more accurate, and at the same time don't put it in the zone for him to tonk it away.
It's in the slot, but does he get enough of it? Does he get the gap? Yes, he does. It's exactly how Sunil Narayan wanted it. It's exactly how he wanted to play that particular delivery and just bring what is required into single digits. 9 required of 7.
And it's exactly what the bowler did not want. He's striving to get away from that arc of Sunil Narayan, and Narayan in the marauding mood he is in now, middling virtually everything and getting the ball once again to the boundary, this time pretty much forward of square through mid-wicket. This is top-class batting from Sunil Narayan. It's brought them so close to that win, within striking range now.
If the boundary is on offer, he'll try and go for it, but I think his mentality is just to get to the other end. keep the game in control. And so the importance here is that how he's reading the game right now. My gut feel is that if he believes it's in the slot, he's going to go after it. If he backs himself, he will go after it. If that isn't quite there, get to the other end and let me harbor all the pressure and get us across the line. Oh, it's in the slot! Yes, still on the right! Back yourself, and you back yourself in a big way! He is the Iceman! 19 off the over. They require 3 of 6, it's 167 for 6. Sillett has been treated to some very close encounters in our leg here, and it's been very exciting. That's why you need to stay engaged, Shamim, for games like this and shots like this.
Ah, delight to watch. Typical Calypso style. This is the last over. The shots that Sunil Narine produced, and that's the last one. Oh, what a leg now. As I said, typical Calypso shot for 6.
And the flare, yes. Brilliant. It's so well hit as well. There's not great follow through there. It's just all hands and eyes. Disappointment for the young man.
Just want to put some music into that shot. It looks so nice.
There we go. Aludin Babu on a hat-trick.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বন্ধুরা, যে কোনো দেশ থেকে বিপিএল লাইভ দেখতে প্রথম কমেন্ট থেকে আমাদের অ্যান্ড্রয়েড অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন। ধন্যবাদ।
And Ronnie's on strike. Ronnie's played that well. Get Narine on strike. There is 2 required of 5.
Yeah, Ronnie did well. He was moving, shuffling across, anticipating that straightish ball, but it's been good work. Good from Alauddin Babu. Didn't get the hat-trick, but he's done well to bring just the semblance of a chance with those 2 wickets.
What he does well here is that he's continued in the manner of trying to bowl at the stumps and was hoping perhaps for maybe another bottom edge or a bold. It didn't happen. The fairy tale didn't come about. All right, Narine on strike. He's quietly got 23 of 10. 2 required of 5. Does he finish it here? In style. It's well bowled, it's well executed. Nothing doing with that. Doesn't mind, he's still got 4 deliveries to play with.
Absolutely, and he knows that pretty well. He's going to wait for that ball, which gives him the luxury of playing it with comfort and confidence. I tell you what, Alauddin Babu can be very proud of what he has done into his 4th over, 2 for 19. But made the batsman sweat at times, and something to take forward later.
2 of 4. Another close encounter. Flicked off the pads. Oh, he'll just get the 1. Look at how he just ambled through to the other end. He is, you know, I wish I was that so calm, cool and collected in such situations.
Oh, he's got a wonderful demeanor, as you mentioned, cool, calm and collected. They're pretty excited.
Scores level, 1 of 3. They're on their feet now. It's going to take some time to set the field, Shamim, as they've always done. There's 1 run required. So I believe fine leg perhaps needs to go down. I don't believe you need a long on. Long off needs to come up to mid off. Perhaps square leg can walk off the circle or off the 30-yard circle, and just hope that Babu can muster a wicket and a dot ball here. That's fine, that's all right. So this is how he needs to think about it. Bring everybody in except for fine leg. But if you're going to bring everybody in, you might as well bring them all in.
Yeah, might as well bring them all in. It's just the single that they want to protect. That was good delivery, that one. Slowed it down. Look at it. Rolling the fingers with confidence. The ball dying on the keeper before it reaches him. The batsman not having the extension of the arm to reach the ball. Just needs a bit of bat and they'll be off and running.
I'm not sure about a bit of bat. I think the conversation here is that I'm not sure if the keeper is aware, but if you miss the ball, run. He came down, had a conversation. Now, perhaps Bopara was in eye and ear reach of what they were saying because he's gone into a short mid-on.